Hey YouTube, Draws here. Today we're going to go over some software and hardware that I think can really speed up your process as an artist and that are just beneficial and also cost effective or free. So we're just going to jump straight into it and see some things that I think may help you guys a lot with shortcuts, just putting yourself in a comfortable workspace and making sure you focus on the art and not anything else. So I'm going to start right here and say one app that I really like using is an app called Kando. And what Kando does is that it creates a radial menu, a customizable radial menu, wherever your cursor is, and then you can just select your shortcuts from there. So this is really good if you're using like a touchscreen drawing device. So let's say I'm in Clip Studio. I could just click whatever button I set to queue up my menu, and then I have all these different shortcuts I set up for Clip Studio. I can customize all these icons to be something I want, and then I just have to select something. So I'm going to select brush, and then I can go ahead and draw. I can click it again when I'm ready, go ahead and click erase. And if I want to go really fast, I can turn on turbo mode where I just hover over this thing and it will just automatically switch after a few seconds. And yeah, it just kind of makes it nice that you don't have to look at your keyboard when you want to use different types of shortcuts. And you can set this to your pen button. Well, that's usually what I do. And it really it helps you to not have to keep looking in different places and have such a difficult thought process anytime you're working in an art application. So the way this application works is it's always on your taskbar and you can just click to open it up and you can customize it per app. So I can just click show settings here and then I can customize what buttons I want. And what's cool about this is you can even set up sub menus. So let's say I have a sub menu right here where I can click into more deep shortcuts that I might need in more specific situations. Like, let's say if I'm using a lasso tool, I might need to do all types of different functions like copy and paste or duplicate. So I have a whole sub menu set up so that when I want to lasso, I can use all my options by just going to my sub menu. So I can go here, click my sub menu, go to lasso, select this, go to my sub menu, copy, go to my sub menu, paste. Now there's easier ways specifically in Clip Studio to do this, but what's so nice about this is you can set this up for any app where you're going to be using you can even use this with your mouse, but I just use it personally with my drawing tablet. So it's just a good thing to have on a computer for visual usage rather than having to always click shortcuts and just kind of like you don't have to remember as many things once you set up the menu. So I have this set up for quite a few programs and and some of them I just like duplicate it. If I'm using two different drawing programs, I just duplicate my menu and I make it be used for a different app. Let's say I use this app called Leonardo for drawing, and then I can open my sub menu in here, and then I can just do all the same stuff I do. I actually don't think I have this one set up properly, but you get the picture. So another thing I like to use is this app called Tablet Friend. And this is really helpful if you have a like laptop tablet hybrid computer. In fact, it was specifically built for Microsoft Surface tablets, but it can be used for any type of computer if you just want to utilize your screen space, especially if you have a touchscreen device. So here you can also just create your own menus, but these ones are more like they're more docked. So let's say if I launch Tablet Friend, here it is right here. I created my own menu where I can select shortcuts, and here you have an undocked menu that you can just move anywhere. So I set it up so I can just select my drawing, erasing, and then I can move this. And what's cool about this is you could also just click this little diamond and it will disappear anytime you're not directly going to it for a shortcut, so you still get all the screen real estate. I personally still like it showing because it's just so easy to go and click something. And I always find it really helpful when a menu is like right above the space you're working with because it's so easy to just navigate there and choose something to like a shortcut, essentially. But what you can also do here is you can just you can just right click this, my bad. And you can just dock it in a different way. So I could dock this to the left of my screen and it will pop up right here. And then I can, let's say I have a touchscreen device, so I can start using my device two-handed if I put it in tablet mode. And I can just start drawing using this. For right now it's not working for some reason. Um, oh, I'm drawing on the wrong screen. But yeah, I can just start using my device two-handed like this, and then it really becomes like I really don't need to use my keyboard, which is a very helpful thing for anyone using a tablet screen. Even if you have like a Wacom or something that's touchscreen, this might be something you want to use. Now, I will say that Tablet Friend in specific is a kind of hard app to create things for, but it comes with a ton of different like presets already for you to use with your applications. So let's say I could go to layouts and I could just click Photoshop, and then I have a bunch of different different like regular standard shortcuts that you would use in Photoshop. Um, the only thing with customizing this is when you want to customize it, you have to go into a text editor. And with Microsoft, that could just, with like a Microsoft computer, that could just be your Notepad app. I personally just use a text editor called Atom. But when you want to edit and or create your own menus, you'll find that you actually have to learn how to code them. But it's very easy once you look at an example of how to do it. So, for example, with this one, I create an eraser action, and then the action for the key I want it to press is E. Then I want the size of the button to be 3 blocks horizontal, 3 blocks vertical. Then I'm going to put an icon as an eraser. And if there's no icon, it will show the text eraser. So it's really simple to set up in that way. And the more you just like learn about how to design your own menu, you'll really get a lot of functionality out of this thing. So there's like so much compared to everything I've used, like this is probably the most customizable one. You just have to be very patient. I've made a whole lot of my own menus that I am even willing to share if anyone wants to use my shortcuts. But there's a bunch of ones that are already like pre-made, like Krita, Photoshop, Microsoft Paint. Then I've just made my own where they're like undocked, and I use them for different apps like Blender, Clip Studio, Adobe Flash. Now, moving on, we have actual like hardware things that could help your creative process, which are things like these dials that XP Pen sells, or these ones like Huion, if I'm pronouncing that right. Um, so there's all types of different ones on the marketplace. I think these are two of the best ones because this one specifically is the only one I know that comes with a lot of keys and works both for the iPad, Android, and on Windows. Most of these have only worked for computer devices, desktops, and they don't work for mobile devices. But some of us are artists that switch. I know, especially in my channel, I have a lot of artists that use the iPad. So it's good to just have one of these where you can switch and just be dynamic with how you work. Sometimes you want to work on the iPad, but you want to be more of a power user. I personally like to use this one more because it's less work to hold. I can hold this like in one hand. This one I can hold in one hand, but it's a little much. This is more like a remote. So I like to just use this when I'm using the computer. And when you set up your apps correctly, it just makes everything work a little bit better. So what I really like about these hardware keyboard shortcut devices is specifically like the dials are very helpful for things where it's just like you're using two types of shortcuts. Like let's say you could swipe right to undo and then left to redo, or you could do brush size. You could increase your brush size and lower your brush size, things like that. You could even use this for video editing, where you could scroll your timeline, or animation scrolling your timeline, and that just really eases up having all those different things you would need in those type of apps, like just memorizing so many shortcuts. Just having it at your fingertips really helps speed up your process, and that these are really easy to set up. So these you would just get whatever program is necessary. Like for this one, I think it's called Pen Tablet by XB Pen. And then when I open it, to edit this, all I need to do is show all my different keys. Then I just need to match the key to the buttons on here, and I can customize them. I can make combination buttons like Control Z to undo, and then I just use this, and this works super quick. I don't even think about it. It's especially good if you could get one of these devices that has like very distinct feeling buttons, so you're very aware of which button you're clicking. But what I really like about these two is that they're just very affordable. I think this is around $30 or $40, and then this one is also $30 or $40. And this one kind of comes with like a cool functionality with Windows, where you could also like set up a dial that works across programs, and you could put like tons and tons of functionality just on this dial, and you could set it up for differently for each application. Okay, me being a tablet user, something I also really like to use is this app called Gesture Sign, where you can create your own gestures and make them do shortcuts on your computer. So something I really liked when I started using the iPad was the two finger gesture that Procreate kind of came up with to undo, and three finger tap to redo. So I just set that up so I can do that across my whole computer. So and with this app, you just input an action. You just go to just create a new action here, and then you click and you make a gesture on your screen. It will show you the gesture. You click OK. I already have that one, so I won't click OK. And then you just would go and set up whatever it's supposed to do. So for a keyboard key, you would click send hotkey. So let's say for me, I put undo, I put send hotkey, Control Z. Then you could also do all types of different things like just improve the usability of your computer as if it's a tablet. So I put up gestures for volume. So let's say if I click one finger, if I click four fingers, actually, I could bring up my keyboard. Oop, I think I have it off. But let's say if I do four fingers down, I can do my volume. Four fingers up, I could put my volume up. Yeah, those are just a few apps that I personally use to make drawing feel a little bit more natural to me at times. Of course, sometimes I still end up using my keyboard just because sometimes it's just more efficient. Um, but when I really want to feel natural, like I'm really just getting into my drawing without having to feel like binded down to my desk or binded down to my keyboard. These are some things I use to feel a little bit more free when I'm doing art. So if any of these helped, please let me know. If you'd want any help learning how to use these applications, you can just drop a comment. If you know anything that you think is very helpful, to artists, let me know in the comments as well. And yes, just help the community. You can join my Discord if you guys want to share any ideas. As always, catch you next time. Be safe, subscribe.